All right, so you're back for more, huh? You're clearly someone who likes to stay in the loop, and that's exactly what we're all about here on the deep dive. We take all those messy details and dig out what really matters.
We give you the good stuff, no fluff.
That's it, straight to the point. And today, we're zeroing in on something that might pique your interest, especially if you're part of the Desert Southwest Conference.
Definitely. We've been looking at a post from their website. It's all about exhibit tables at their big 2025 annual conference.
Big event, lots going on, and by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly what this exhibit thing is about, who can actually get involved, and why it might even be something you or someone you know should jump on. So shall we?
Let's dive right in.
Okay, so first things first, what's the gist?
Well, the big news is that the Desert Southwest Annual Conference, the 2025 one that is, they're offering up space for exhibit tables. Basically, they're inviting different groups, organizations and whatnot, to come and show off what they do, connect with people at the conference.
Right, but there's a catch. Well, not a catch exactly, but a theme, a direction they're going for. Their theme for 2025 is a healthy church for a healthy world, and let it begin with me. And they're really pushing for the exhibits to reflect that. It kind of gives you a feel for the message they want to get across, doesn't it?
Definitely sets the tone. And for anyone who's thinking, hey, this might be for me, the big day you can't miss is April 30th, 2025. That's the deadline to get those applications in.
Make a note of that one. And it's not just a free-for-all. Whoever applies first gets a spot. They're going to pick based on space, obviously, but also how well your exhibit idea fits into that healthy church, healthy world theme. Makes sense, right? They want everything to feel connected, relevant for everyone attending.
Cohesive. They want a cohesive experience. Now, I bet a lot of folks are wondering, is this even something I can apply for?
Exactly. Does this apply to me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the post actually gets pretty specific about who's eligible. It includes like agencies, committees, commissions, boards, those kinds of groups directly linked to the UMC, the United Methodist Church. So if you fall under one of those, you're good to go.
You're in, but it doesn't stop there.
Right. They also open it up to churches that are part of the Desert Southwest Conference itself and any kind of initiatives they're running.
Now, there's one group they specifically mentioned they'd love to see represented, North District churches.
Oh, yeah, that stood out to me, too.
So if that's you, if you're involved with a church in that district, consider this your personal invitation. Show them what you're all about.
All right, so we've covered who can potentially set up shop, but let's get down to brass tacks. Why bother? Why would a committee or a church group even want to go through all this? What's in it for them?
That's the key question, right? What's the point? Well,
Huh.
one of the biggies they highlight is the chance to directly connect with all the folks attending the annual conference. Think about it. This is a room full of people who are already invested in the church. It's not just any random crowd. It's your target audience right there.
Laser focused.
Right. And it's not just about shaking hands and saying hi. This is a chance to tell your story, really lay it out. Talk about your ministry, the resources you have, what your mission is all about. Face to face, it makes a difference.
People connect on a different level. It's a chance to build relationships, build that trust.
Absolutely. And it's also a great way to raise awareness. Maybe you've got this awesome program running, but people just don't know about it, even other churches in the conference. An exhibit table, that's your spotlight.
Shine a light on those hidden gems.
Exactly. What are you doing that's making a difference? What needs are you meeting in the community? This is your chance to say it out loud.
And who knows, maybe someone walks by, hears what you're doing, and thinks, wow, I want to be part of that. That's powerful.
Huge. You could be sparking a whole new wave of involvement. Whether it's people volunteering, donating, or just spreading the word about what you do, that exhibit table can be a real catalyst.
So let's say you're listening and thinking, okay, this sounds good. What do I do? How do I actually get a table at this thing?
Down to the nitty-gritty, they've made it pretty straightforward. First things first, there's an online application.
Fill that out, and you're on your way.
Now, what about logistics? What do you need to bring? What will they provide? They've got some specifics laid out. You get one standard 6-foot table, which is pretty typical for these kinds of events. It'll be dressed up with a white linen tablecloth, looks nice and professional. Plus, you get 2 chairs for your team.
So you've got the basics covered.
They've got you covered. Now, if you're thinking of bringing some fancy displays, presentations that need power, they do offer electricity.
Optional, though, right?
Yeah, it's an add-on, not included automatically. And it costs a little extra, $180 to be precise, so factor that into your budget if you need it.
Definitely something to keep in mind.
Now, here's something that really jumped out at me. There's a specific do not bring instruction, and that is no candy, no treats, no giveaways of that sort.
Interesting. So no luring people in with sugar.
Seems like they're serious about keeping the focus on real engagement, sharing information, not just grabbing attention with freebies. It's about having meaningful conversations.
Quality over quantity. All right, so we've talked about applying, what to bring.
Yeah.
What about the setup? When do exhibitors need to be there?
They've given a couple of options. The main setup window is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. Plenty of time to get settled.
And if Wednesday doesn't work?
There's a backup plan. You can also set up Thursday morning, June 12th, but it's a bit more limited, starting at 7 a.m.
Okay, so if you're going the Thursday route, better be an early bird.
Plan ahead for that one. Now, so exhibitors can time things right. They've also given the attendee check-in times. People start arriving Wednesday afternoon, then there's another wave Thursday morning. So ideally, you want to be all set up before those times hit.
Ready to roll when the crowds come in. Makes sense. Now, what if someone has a burning question? Who do they ask?
They've got a point person for that. Her name is Dina Reed.
So any specific questions, just shoot her an email.
Exactly. Now, if you want to know more about the conference in general, the schedule, speakers, all that good stuff, their website is the place to go.
Stop shop for all the details.
You got it.
Now, even if you're not planning to have an exhibit table, there are a few other things on their website that might catch your eye.
Oh, yeah, there's always something going on.
For one, they mentioned that annual conference journal reports, those are due on April 30th as well. Same deadline as the exhibit applications.
Interesting timing.
And it looks like they recently had an informational webinar specifically for those who are voting members at the annual conference. Could be relevant for some folks listening.
Right. Then there's the agenda for the conference itself. You can find that online too, get a feel for the flow of events. Plus, there's information about potential changes to the Book of Discipline, which is a big deal in the denomination. And for those who like to rep their conference pride, you can snag yourself an annual conference t-shirt or sweatshirt.
Nice.
Now, if you have any general questions for the Desert Southwest Conference, their main phone number is 602-266-6956.
So lots of ways to reach out if you need to. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Let's recap. What are the key takeaways about this exhibit table opportunity at the 2025 Desert Southwest Annual Conference?
Big picture. The 2025 Desert Southwest Annual Conference is inviting groups to set up exhibit tables. Mostly agencies, committees, churches. The deadline to apply is April 30th, 2025. Mark your calendars.
And don't forget, the central theme for these exhibits, the message they want to convey, is a healthy church for a healthy world, and let it begin with me. This is a real opportunity, I'd say a valuable one, for ministries, churches, even individual teams to get in front of a really engaged audience, share what they do, their resources, boost their visibility.
And really invite others to get involved, become a part of their mission.
Yeah, exactly. So as you're thinking about all this, consider the groups you're involved in. Maybe an exhibit table at this conference is a way for them to really connect, move things forward, or maybe you know someone, a leader, a team, who could benefit from this kind of platform.
Share the information. It could be just what they need.
We've talked a lot about a healthy church for a healthy world. What does a truly healthy world look like to you? And how can we, working together through our ministries, our initiatives, make that vision a reality? Something to think about, right?
Definitely something to ponder.